he was not manifesting any symptoms of a devotee. He was just like a normal person, but who was very brave, and people were afraid of him, and he was one of the best men of the king, who was employed for collecting taxes from people. And then we see this, what happens is that once in Swargaloka there is this one Apsara called Kumudavali, and how she gets cursed because of some mistake she did to be born as a human, and stay there for some time. So Kumudavali comes down as a daughter of a Veda, a physicist, in that particular place where this Tirumanga Alvar is staying, and she's very beautiful, so everybody is attracted to her. So this Tirumanga Alvar, he goes to her father and proposes that I want to marry your daughter. So his father says, I have no objection. You ask my daughter if she's willing to marry you. So when Tirumanga Alvar approaches her, she immediately understands, he's the incarnation of the bow of the Lord, and now he's forgotten, or rather he's not manifesting himself as a devotee. So she tells him that, look, I'm ready to marry you, but I want to see a Vaishnav tilak on your forehead. I want you should serve Vaishnavas. So he says, serve Vaishnavas? So yeah, you have to serve every day 1008 Vaishnavas. You give them food, and not only you give them food, you wash their feet, and while they're having food, you should fan them. If you do all this, I'm ready to marry you. So he very reluctantly agrees because he wants to marry her. And then he starts this. Now he was a tax collector. He did have money, but not that much money. But now every day feeding 1008 Vaishnavas, as she had taken a promise, if you do that for 1 year, then I marry you. So he put on a Vaishnav tilak and requesting all the Vaishnavas to come and washing their feet and feeding them prasadam, and while feeding them he's fanning them and doing all sorts of service, whatever is to be rendered. And now because he's fanning them and he's right next to them while they're taking prasadam and serving them, he's hearing their conversations, they're talking to him, and when a sadhu opens his mouth, Bodhayanti Parasparam, they will be talking about Krishna only. So he heard and how he gets purified. And then at the end of the year, though now the condition is over, but now he can't stop himself from serving the sadhus. He always wants to feed the sadhus, but he didn't have that much money. So he became a dacoit. He started plundering people. Anybody who passes through the highway just, tries to get the money from them and then serve the Vaishnavas and then serve them. They became a habit. And then one day it so happened that people started coming to know that if you take this highway, this guy attacks you. So they stopped passing through that highway. So he was very sad what to do. So finally Lord Narayan comes there. Lord Narayan comes dressed as a traveler with his wife Lakshmi Devi, with loads and loads of jewels and gold coins in bullock carts, and passes through that highway. And there's Tirumanga Alvar, he attacks the Lord. He doesn't know he's a Lord. So after plundering and taking away all the jewels, now what he sees left is there is this ring on the toe of the Lord. So he's trying to remove that also, but it's not coming out. And the Lord says, Arey, you have already stolen everything from me, taken everything. At least leave that ring, He said, no, that will be useful also. If I sell that ring, I can buy leaf plates for serving the Vaishnavas. And the Lord says, even I am trying, it's not coming out, it's very rough. So he said, no, maybe I'll bite it. So he just bends down, and with his teeth he's trying to remove that ring from the Lord's toes. And the moment his tongue touches the lotus feet of the Lord, he realizes, what am I doing? Suddenly he gets that realization. And then of course Lord shows him this Narayan form, and then he immediately realizes what is his form and what is he supposed to do next. And then of course he starts preaching and composing so many verses. So even doing a little Vaishnav Seva unconsciously, there was no motive that if I serve Vaishnava I'll get Krishna Prema. He just did it, but he got so much benefit. Lord is so kind that he will make arrangements to again remind us if we are forgetful.